Hello there, I'm Sabrina Zainal and you're tuned in to 7Edition. The headlines this evening. 3 13-year-olds remanded over toughest student's death. Bank Negara Malaysia to cut statutory reserves ratio to 3% from 3.5%. And shallow earthquake kills 5 in Iran. A murder investigation has been opened after a 7-year-old Tafiz student died yesterday afternoon. The suspects, 3 13-year-olds, also students at a Tafiz center that is found to be unregistered. Police have remanded the teens, saying a motive of the incident could be due to dissatisfaction with the victim while staying in the dormitory. This is 7-year-old Muhammad Aimin Nurul Amin, found in a weak state in his dormitory with severe bruises on his shoulder, hip and face. Although he was immediately rushed to a nearby clinic, he died on arrival yesterday afternoon. Police say the boy was assaulted here, a Tafiz school in Lancang Temerloh, run by a married couple. Despite being open since early this year, the school has yet to be registered with the Pahang Islamic Department. The center also has only 4 students, including Muhammad Aimin and his stepbrother, who is among the 3 students remanded for a week over the victim's death. A bus driver is in remand following a deadly crash that killed a teenager and damaged several vehicles in Bayan Lepas, Penang yesterday evening. Police say the driver did not possess a driving license and tested positive for shabu. Now, in the 6:30 p.m. incident, the 49-year-old lost control of the bus before running over 16-year-old Muhammad Saifullah Muhammad Hafiz. The teen was a part-time pizza delivery boy and was riding his motorbike at the time. He died on the spot. The bus came to a halt after ramming into the wall of a house. 3 people from the damaged vehicle sustained injuries and were given treatment at a hospital nearby. Now, the Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court has set December 5th and 6th to examine the complaints by 2 detainees of alleged ill treatment by prison authorities. Both men are among 12 individuals who are being held behind bars over charges linked to the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam (LTTE) under the Security Offences Special Measures Act, or SOSMA, which are non-bailable.
Judge Azura Alvi fixed the dates after the case came up for mention before her today. Both B. Subramaniam and A. Kale Mugilan, aged 57 and 28 respectively, recorded their complaints in camera on November 1st. The 2 accused were also heard protesting their detention as they were brought to court earlier today. Subramaniam, a grocer, had claimed that he was tortured and forced to admit he was an LTTE member, while Kale Mugilan, a scrap metal dealer, complained that the Sungai Buloh prison did not provide him a pillow and mattress to sleep on. The 12 men, including 2 DAP state assemblymen, were slapped with multiple charges on October 29th and 31st over alleged links with the LTTE, which has been listed as a terrorist group in Malaysia since 2014.
In Sarawak, a 5-year-old boy who was infected with rabies from Kampung Mambung in Penrisin Road, Kuching, has died. The Health Ministry said the victim, who died at the Sarawak General Hospital on November 2nd, is the 21st fatality out of the 22 cases recorded since June 2017 in the state. Health Director General Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah, who confirmed the matter in a statement, said the victim had been unwell and was complaining of a sore throat since October 13th. 2 days later, he developed a fever and was taken to a private clinic for examination, but his condition worsened and he was admitted to the hospital on October 21st. Test samples sent to the Institute for Medical Research later turned up positive for rabies. Dr. Nur Hisham added the boy was not bitten by dogs, but his family did have 2 pet dogs that have not been given anti-rabies vaccines. The case has been referred to the Sarawak Veterinary Services Department for further action. In other news, a 17-year-old teenager has been warded at the Labuan Nucleus Hospital for severe internal lung damage, suspected to have been caused by vaping. In a statement, Labuan Health Department Director Dr. Ismuni Buhari said an investigation was being carried out to determine the actual cause of the boy's lung complication. Now, the boy was admitted on November 4th due to breathing difficulties and received asthma treatment in the hospital's intensive care unit. Further investigations revealed that he had lung injuries, symptoms of rhabdomyolysis and kidney failure. Previously, the boy had been vaping for 2 weeks before he was warded. Dr. Ismuni, however, is asking the public not to speculate as investigations are still ongoing. The young di Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah stopped his entourage twice today to check on victims of 2 separate accidents in Putrajaya. The king also reminded motorists to be careful when it's raining to avoid any untoward incidents. The Istana Negara Instagram page posted 2 video clips and 2 photographs of the king speaking to victims of both accidents. According to the post, the first incident happened at Cyberjaya and the second near Putrajaya Toll Plaza on the Maju Expressway. Al-Sultan Abdullah was seen stepping over the divider to get to the driver on the opposite side of the road to meet him. In the second video, the king again got out of his car to check on the couple who were involved in the second crash. He was also seen taking pictures with the couple. Meanwhile, the Education Ministry has set up a committee to look into a new mechanism that can be used to repay the National Higher Education Fund (PTPTN) loans. The Deputy Education Minister today said besides PTPTN issues, the ministry will also look into other aspects related to the national education system.
Dan kajian ini bukan sahaja terhadap PTPTM, tetapi juga tentang pendidikan percuma, bagaimana kita boleh mewujudkan satu ekosistem ataupun satu sistem pembayaran ataupun sistem pendidikan tinggi yang lebih kondusif untuk murid-murid kita.
Teo said they are still waiting for the full report from the committee before it will be brought to the cabinet. In the meantime, 2 men who were seen in a viral video beating up another man accused of raping a woman in Papar, Sabah were arrested by police last night. The duo were detained after the victim of the assault lodged a police report following the incident on Wednesday. In the 1-minute-plus footage, the victim in his 30s was kneeling on the floor helplessly, while his 2 assailants, also in their 30s, stood over him. One was berating him while the other slammed the victim's head into a bench. It was understood that both men are not related to the alleged rape victim and were believed to have interfered in the incident. The case is being investigated under the Penal Code for causing injuries, which provides 1 year imprisonment, a fine, or both upon conviction.
Meanwhile, the Putrajaya Special Court for Sexual Crimes Against Children sentenced a man to 24 years in jail and given 5 strokes of the rotan for raping his 8-year-old daughter last year. Judge Yong Zarida Zazali gave the punishment after the 31-year-old pleaded guilty to the crime. It was alleged that he committed the heinous act between August 1st and 31st at the family's home in Putrajaya while his wife was at work. The court ordered the prison term to begin today. At the Sepang Sessions Court, a 42-year-old housewife claimed trial to 6 counts of insulting Islam. The charges under the Communication and Multimedia Act were read separately to the accused Fadila Abdul Hamid before judges Saiful Lakman Muhammad Said and Tengku Sharizam Tuanlah. It was alleged that the woman had uploaded postings to her personal Facebook account between February 19th and March 4th that insulted Islam and triggered dissatisfaction among other users. The case was fixed for re-mention on December 18th.
Let's take a short break, but when we return, Super Cat saves the day. Don't go anywhere. We're back with foreign news. At least 5 people have been killed and 120 others injured after a 5.9 magnitude earthquake struck northwestern Iran. More than 40 aftershocks followed. The United States Geological Survey issued an alert warning that significant casualties are likely and the disaster is potentially widespread. The quake struck Tart County, a rural area about 56 kilometers from the town of Hashturud in East Azerbaijan province at about 2:17 a.m. local time, forcing residents to rush out of their homes in fear. Reports say that 3 small villages and 30 homes in the area were destroyed in the quake. The quake had a shallow depth of 10 kilometers, causing the tremor to be felt across neighboring cities. Rescue teams have been dispatched to the region, but with the epicenter in the remote Alborz Mountains, no video or still images have yet been broadcast showing the extent of the damage. The country sits where 2 large tectonic plates meet and sees frequent seismic activity, and suffered a number of major disasters in recent decades. In 2017, at least 600 people were killed when a 7.3 earthquake hit Iran's Kermanshah province. Meanwhile, dozens of bushfires raged out of control across eastern Australia on Friday, blocking escape routes for residents and shuttering the main highway linking major cities on the country's Pacific coast. Authorities said fires had breached containment lines and emergency warnings were introduced for 14 flashpoints, bringing warnings to evacuate immediately. At least 99 blazes pockmarked the New South Wales countryside, 55 of them uncontained, tearing through tens of thousands of hectares with a temperature of more than 35 degrees Celsius. A number of fires were creating their own weather conditions, developing pyrocumulus cloud. Spot fires, caused by embers traveling in the wind, were breaking out up to 12 kilometers from fire fronts, which was 3 times further than average. Officials claim they are in uncharted territory.
We're talking at winds averaging 50 to 60 kilometres an hour, gusting up to 80 kilometres an hour, really coming down and right across these fire-affected areas.
Skies above neighbouring Port Macquarie glowed orange from the nearby fires. There are fears that some people are trapped in their homes, with crew unable to reach them due to the strength of the fires. More than 1,000 firefighters were deployed to contain the blaze, and water-bombing aircraft were forced to fly long distances to reach the hard-hit areas. The state is in the grip of a long-running drought, and authorities warn that many fires will continue to burn unless there is rain. Now it's time for Clickbait, where we take a look at what's trending and making the rounds in the cyber world today. Some cats have a knack for winning us over in the most adorable ways, but this particular cat won hearts by being a true hero. A Facebook user recently posted a CCTV footage of a cat saving a baby from falling off a flight of stairs. Now, trust me, this incident may change your point of view on the feline species. Take a look. A video posted online on October 31st showed a baby escaping its cot and crawling across a living room towards a stairway. While watching the child head towards the staircase, a quick-thinking family cat immediately leapt off a nearby sofa and used its paws to block the baby from crawling further. The video captured the cat pushing the baby away, making the child retreat from the area and crawl elsewhere. According to the Facebook user who posted the video, the baby could have tumbled down the stone staircase, causing serious injuries had it not been for this furry hero. The video has raked in over 686,000 views. It is unclear if the cat just wanted to play with the baby or genuinely rescue it, but we're sure the family is extremely grateful for its beloved furry member. Now updated as of 7 p.m., here are the top trending topics and searches on the internet today. Coming up shortly, we go behind the scenes of the Toyota Classics concert. Stay right there. Thanks for staying with us. Bank Negara Malaysia will cut the statutory reserve requirement SRR ratio to 3% from 3.5% effective November 16th. This is to ensure a sufficient liquidity in the domestic financial system. In a statement, the BNM said the lower SRR will continue to support the efficient functioning of the domestic financial markets and facilitate effective liquidity management by the banking institutions. The last time the central bank reduced the SSR was in 2016, when the ratio was lowered to 3.5% from 4%. The BNM also said the SRR is an instrument to manage liquidity and is not a signal on the stance of monetary policy. Economists previously said a cut in the SRR may be in the offing if liquidity in the banking system is further impacted by foreign capital outflows amid the external headwinds and domestic uncertainties. Bursa Malaysia ended the week on a positive note after a range-bound trading day to close marginally higher, prompted by institutional support. At 5 p.m., the benchmark FPM KLCI was 0.40 points higher at 1,609.73. Now on to stocks to watch. Telekom Malaysia Berhad launched a promotional 40% discount on its unlimited data unified mobile postpaid plan. However, TM's mobile strategy is expected to face stiff competition from U-Mobile's already established network, marketing outlets and more attractive plans. Going forward, TM's growth is forecasted to be largely driven by its fibre propositions versus the still loss-making cellular segment. Next, despite weaker sequential earnings by 6%, Genting Berhad's third quarter financial year 2019 core profit is on track to meet expectations. The weaker results were driven by lower luck factor, but VIP business volume inched up slightly by 1%. And last but not least, Public Bank Berhad posted its 9 months financial year 2019 earnings within its expectations. Its net interest income for 9 months of the financial year 2019 appeared weak, but improvement in third quarter financial year 2019 suggests some normalization. Since its inception in 1990, the Toyota Classics concert had brought the joy of classical music to various cities throughout Asia, including Kuala Lumpur. This corporate social responsibility, or CSR, by UMW Toyota Motor Sendirian Berhad, in collaboration with Toyota Motor Asia Pacific, has also grown into an initiative that supported various charities in the region. This included worthy causes that advocate environment, sustainability and youth development in Malaysia. Take a look as we went behind the scenes of the concert held in the capital city recently.
The Toyota Classics over the years has brought some of the world's most renowned soloists, conductors and orchestras in classical music to Asia. This year, the Toyota Classics celebrates its 30th anniversary with music that has touched lives across different centuries. Together with the prestigious London Chamber Orchestra, led by principal conductor Christopher Warren Green, the show held at the Dewan Philharmonic Petronas KLCC last week also featured 20-year-old trumpet soloist Luciana Renoden-Very.
Oh, the London Chamber Orchestra is the oldest chamber orchestra professional of its kind in Great Britain. It's 100 years old in 1921, and I've been music director for 30 years, the second music director in its history. The London Chamber Orchestra collaboration with Toyota Classics couldn't be better because it's tailor-made for us. We do a lot of education outreach, and that is what Toyota Classics really try to do with their concert tours, which is fantastic. And the future of humanity is in people thinking with the heart, and music teaches us to do that.
Members of the orchestra also conducted a workshop with music students to provide them valuable exposure and help develop the local performing arts scene.
Tadi saya ada bercakap dengan maestro juga, dia pun beritahu projek ini sangat bagus dan dia sangat suka. Jadi bagi pihak saya berharap agar projek ini dapat diteruskan lagi dan diperluaskan lagi. Mungkin dapat pelbagaikan lagi workshopnya, bukan hanya setakat satu saja.
Bila datang ke Dewan Family Petronas dan berkongsi ilmu dengan player luar sana, which kita boleh kata quite prestigious. Jadi the knowledge sharing between us is very good. Saya rasa it's very helpful juga.
The concert collected 398,000 ringgit from corporate donations and ticket sales, and the proceeds will be contributed to this year's recipients, the Sabah Wetlands Conservation Society and University Malaysia Pahang. To date, the Toyota Classics has generated funds up to 9 million ringgit to support some 70 social, environmental and charity organizations.